Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
No.
See.
What?
Salvation Army, I guess. I don't give a ride, so they can walk. Are you just putting on a show so you have somewhere to stay? Because we can get you Salvation Army.
You can't just act like this to get back in the hospital. That's not how it works.
We were going to get you over to Salvation. Hey, Mr. Kasey, listen to me, okay? You can stop with the show.
Yeah, it ain't fooling a single person, I can tell you that.
What you're doing right now is putting on a show because you want some, listen to me, you want somewhere to stay.
I'm too cold to stand here and watch you play this game. Can you just get your shoe on and walk away? Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Kasey, we're not playing this. You're a bunch of BS, okay? Put this shoe on. Teach my dog to put a shoe on than this. Listen, I'm not falling for your bullshit. The longer you sit here and BS around, the longer you're out in the cold. Hey, are you done playing?
We're just dragging them off the property.
I think it's butt dragging now. It's bare butt.
Get to going.
Watch, innocent man dies 2 hours after cops mock and abuse him for pretending to be sick. Instead of helping a dying innocent mentally ill man, police mocked, assaulted, and then arrested him only to have him die in their custody 2 hours later. By Matt Agarist, January 30, 2018. Norman OK. Infuriating body camera footage has been released showing 2 police officers torment, mock, and physically assault an innocent man who was merely trying to get treated at a local hospital. Only 2 hours after Norman police officers accused Marconia Kasey, 34, of faking it, this innocent man would be dead. A local activist group is now calling for the officers involved in the deliberate torment of an apparently dying man to be fired after body camera footage from Officer Kyle Kanan and Officer Daniel Brown showed the disgusting act. As OU Daily reports, the Norman Citizens for Racial Justice's press release states that the group believes the Norman Regional Hospital was negligent and the Norman Police Department treated Marconia with extreme cruelty, denying him basic human rights, and profiling him because he was black, homeless, and ill. We fear for the future of Norman if there is not a way to protect the community from a police force that is exhibiting aggression, militarization, and a lack of ability to properly interact with homeless, mentally ill and people of color communities, the press release states. According to family members, Kasey went to the hospital that day complaining of a headache. Kasey's uncle, Michael Washington told Oklahoma's News 4 that the hospital was inadequate in treating his nephew. Advertisement. I wasn't there, but I believe it in my heart that he refused to leave because he wasn't treated and he felt that he needed more medication because his headache was still hurting him, Washington said. Indeed, only hours later, this innocent man would be dead. The incident happened on January 16, and as the body camera footage shows, the police officers were dispatched to the hospital to remove Kasey from the hospital grounds. When they arrived, Kasey was unable to walk and appeared to be in severe distress. Officers did not believe Kasey when he told them he was suffering and instead resorted to mocking the man, demanding he get himself to the Salvation Army. "You can't just act like this to get back in the hospital, that's not how it works," one officer is heard saying. Kasey was in so much distress that he could barely put on his own shoe. However, the officers thought this was an act, so they mocked him further. At one point, one officer shows his utter lack of humanity and compares Kasey to his dog, saying, "I could teach my dog to put a shoe on quicker than this." After several minutes, the officers lose patience. "Here in about 15 seconds, I'm going to drag your ass to the curb to get you off this property and then you can find your own way to the Salvation Army. Okay. Put your shoe on." "I'm losing patience," an officer says in the video. Instead of realizing the man is suffering and apparently dying, they then proceed to drag him to the patrol car and book him for trespassing. Kasey was then transported to the Cleveland County Detention Center where he was thrown in a cage. As the police report notes, NPD was later notified that Kasey was found unresponsive in his cell approximately 2 hours after being booked into the detention center. Detention center staff called 911, and a medical response by the Norman Fire Department and HOMESTEAD was initiated. Kasey was transported by HOMESTEAD back to Norman Regional Hospital, Porter campus, where he was pronounced deceased. 2 hours after he was arrested for trying to seek treatment at the Norman Hospital, Kasey was brought back to the same hospital only to be pronounced dead. A travesty indeed. Below is an infuriating video showing what happens when the system fails society's most vulnerable. We are told that all this exists to protect the innocent and help those in need. However, Kasey's case illustrates the antithesis of that philosophy. He was in dire need of help, and those who claimed to ostensibly protect him ended up playing a role in his untimely death. Kasey's cause of death has still not been released. Both the hospital and have since launched separate investigations into his death, as well as the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. Norman Regional Health System is saddened by this loss of life. "We are internally reviewing this case," a representative for the hospital told the Mighty. According to the department, the officers involved have been placed on paid leave involving the results of an internal inquiry. There is no indication at this time that the actions of the two officers contributed to the death of Kasey. However, the department has launched an administrative review of the actions and disparaging comments made by the two officers. By policy, the officers have been placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of the internal investigation.
County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away. everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, you know, at least I can do it, you know, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, you know, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.